Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. Teacher. Today we have got an intriguing topic for you. The top 10 countries where iOS dominates the smartphone market. Ever wondered where Apple's iPhone reigns supreme? Well, stick around as we dive into the data and explore these tech-savvy nations. But before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our tech insights. Let's jump right in. Commencing our countdown at the 10th position, we turn our attention to Denmark. In this Scandinavian nation, iOS takes the lead with a robust market share of 61.62%. The data unmistakably points to a notable affinity among the Danish population for Apple's devices. The term solid is aptly used to describe this market share, reflecting a substantial and well-established preference for the iOS operating system within the tech landscape of Denmark. The numerical strength of iOS in this ranking suggests a widespread penchant for Apple's innovative and user-friendly technology among the Danish populace. Advancing to the 9th position on our list, we shine a spotlight on the compact yet technologically adept island of Jersey. In this enclave of tech enthusiasts, iOS stands at the forefront, asserting its dominance with the robust market share of 63.91%. In contrast, Android finds itself in the rear, trailing behind with a market share of 35.38%. This data underscores the prevailing preference for iOS among the residents of Jersey, showcasing a commanding lead in the mobile operating system landscape on this tech-savvy island. Transitioning to the 8th spot on our list, we arrive in Guernsey, a charming locale nested within the British Isles. In this tech-savvy heaven, there exists a remarkable dominance of the iOS operating system, claiming an immersive market share of 64.54%. This statistic is indicative of a clear and distinct inclination towards the Apple devices among the residents of Guernsey. The noteworthy market share underscores a prevailing trend wherein a substantial majority of individuals in Guernsey prefer and actively choose iOS as their preferred mobile operating system. Next up is the 7th spot, which is Andorra. The iOS operating system exerts a significant influence, holding a substantial market share of 68.98%. This dominance is particularly noteworthy as it surpasses the market presence of Android, the primary competitor, which is estimated to have a comparatively lower share of 30.63%. The prevalence of iOS in Andorra underscores the strong preference and adoption of Apple devices within the region, reflecting a prevailing trend among consumers in favor of the iOS ecosystem. Celebrated globally as a technology powerhouse, Japan claimed the 6th spot in our rankings. Within this nation steeped in technological innovation, iOS asserts its dominance with an immersive market share of 69.22%. In stark contrast, Android trails behind with a share of 30.63%. The term notable aptly characterizes the strength of iOS in this context, signifying that the majority of users in Japan opt for Apple's operating system. The statistics underline Japan's unwavering preference for iOS, solidifying its position as a pivotal market for Apple's cutting edge-to-edge technology within the dynamic landscape of mobile operating system. Securing the 5th position in our rankings, we turn our attention to Tokelau, a locale that proudly boasts a remarkable 75.54% market share for iOS. This statistic unequivocally highlights a strong and prevailing preference for Apple's operating system within the community. In contrast, Android finds itself in a trailing position with a more modest market share of 24.46%. The term remarkable aptly characterizes the dominance of iOS in Tokelau, indicating a substantial majority of users favoring Apple's technology. This data underscores the notable presence of iOS as the preferred mobile operating system, shaping the digital landscape within Tokelau. Securing the esteemed 4th position in our ranking, we direct our attention to American Samoa, a region where iOS exerts a clear and resounding dominance. Impressively, iOS commands a staggering market share of 92.16%, solidifying its stronghold in this locale. In stark contrast, Android trails far behind, with a mere 7.82% market share. The term dominates is aptly employed to underscore the overwhelming prevalence of iOS in American Samoa, where an overwhelming majority of users prefer and utilize Apple's operating system. This data underscores the robust and commanding presence of iOS, making making it the undisputed leader in the mobile operating system landscape within American Samoa. Claiming a prestigious position at third place in our rankings, the Faroe Islands serve as a compelling example of iOS dominance. Impressively, iOS commands a commanding market share of 91.77%, underscoring its overwhelming popularity within this region. In contrast, Android trails significantly behind with a mere 8.18% market share. The term demonstrate is fitting as it illustrates the clear and unequivocal preference for iOS among the population of the Faroe Islands. This data highlights the robust and pervasive influence of Apple's operating system, firmly establishing iOS as the preeminent choice in the mobile operating system landscape within the Faroe Islands. In a surprising revelation, North Korea takes the second spot in our ranking, showcasing an unprecedented iOS dominance within its mobile operating system landscape. Astoundingly, iOS commands an overwhelming market share of 97.28%, indicating an exceptional and virtually exclusive preference for Apple's operating system among the population. This staggering figure starkly contrasts with Android, which holds a mere 2.72% market share. The term overwhelming aptly characterizes the extent of iOS prevalence in North Korea, signifying a near universal adoption of Apple's technology. Emerging as the undisputed leader in our rankings, Bermuda takes the forefront as the preeminent iOS market. Remarkably, iOS commands an unparalleled market share of 97.47%, illustrating an extraordinary and virtually exclusive preference for Apple's operating system within the region. This commanding figure stands in stark contrast to Android, which holds a minimal 2.5% market share. The term unparalleled aptly characterizes the extent of iOS dominance in Bermuda, signifying an overwhelming, unanimous adoption of Apple's technology. This data underscores Bermuda's unique position as a stronghold for iOS, solidifying its reputation as the top market for Apple's operating system with minimal competition from Android. There you have it, the top 10 countries where iOS reigns supreme. From Denmark to Bermuda, Apple's impact is truly global. If you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let us know in the comments which country surprised you the most. Don't forget to subscribe for more tech insights. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Signing off, Mr. T.